Good evening. Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the Think Show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so called African American didn't find his or her way in a boat to America, in the trunk of a ship. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Sorry we've been off for a couple of weeks or a week, but fell into that YouTube ban where they try to censor, speech. You can't say what's on your mind. I think we know where this is going. So, I hope you guys are, staying on top and paying attention to things, because we're not going to be able to do the YouTube too much longer, because as you guys know, the internet and people are seeing it in certain ways. They're shutting down just speech for everybody. No information is to go through. Shutting it down, free speech. You can't say nothing. You better not even think about it. So we're going to have to find other means, do other ways. If you go to African Americans Ain't Africans in the Facebook group, there's a crowd of people in Canada making noise about what's happening. You've heard of the truckers, what they're doing in Canada. But the Canadians, and there's something I want African Americans, Black people, Negroes, whatever you affiliate with. I want you to go to Facebook, and there's a YouTube video where these Canadians are making this noise. Go check it out. It'll blow you away. And I've always said that one of the ways we here, Indigenous people here in America, is going to have to do, we're going to have to be on the same frequency. Seriously, if we're going to survive this, because what we got going now ain't working, and it ain't going to work. The shit sounds stupid when you hear it. So what we're up against, I made sure a lot of people, hold, we got a guest here joining us tonight. The Accomack clan mother, Miss Cypress. How you doing, Ma?
Hey, how you doing, Kayuk, Haseo, Halito, everyone? I'm
How you doing?
glad to talk to you. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank,
And
thank you for coming. And hey, Kara.
just want a few words to say about Mr. Davis Buck. He is somebody that is not given the cred, the accolades, the love, the appreciation that he so very much deserves. There's nobody else who has the level of intellect and the level of class and control that he has. No one else is able to like rise above the fray and stand, shoulder to shoulder and not deal with, people and their ignorance and still give people a high level of respect in the midst of some of the crazy shenanigans. He is just perfection. And nobody, I don't think anybody really recognizes that, because there's a lot of people just that aren't even you, who are foreigners, who are acting like they are us, who have all these YouTube channels and all these followers. And some of them, a lot of them are fake followers, because they, when you all see numbers, you think that it got to be popping. Like if somebody if you see that a lot of people are watching, you think they're popping. And so a lot of them have fake people anyway. They're not that popular anyway, but they make them appear like they're popular, and then they become popular because these things are like, these are spells. They once you think it is, it becomes something. So a lot of these popular people out there who have nothing to say, who all they do is spread confusion and discourse, they have a lot of people so-called watching them. And then you have this gentleman who is the finest, that there is, who has been doing it for the longest compared to so many other people. And a lot of people were doing it a long time ago, and they've kind of like, disappeared, and we still love them and think that they're great, and they have so many things they contribute, and a lot of people are still out there, and we appreciate them as well. But I'm just talking about Buck right now, and all the things that he does to make this information available to you in such a way that is so, superior, that I think we need to recognize that, and give him the same level of, love and accolades and energy. And not only that, but just open your daggone mouth and tell some people, because I feel like people talk about these trash people, and I heard people have whole rooms talking about some people that are YouTubers, and it's garbage. And they're blowing these people up like it's so great, and you got to watch all their videos, and I'm like, what? That's trash. But that's the thing. You need to give the people that's doing the most, that's doing the best, that's delivering excellence, and let them know that it's excellent, and share it with other people. That's what I think is lacking, is that his viewers, y'all are loyal, y'all are great, the chat is fantastic, but y'all need to brag and talk about it and share him, because he needs to, be shared with more people, because they need the truth. They don't need a bunch of these fake liars who are out there, acting like they're indigenous, acting like they're us and they're not us. That's all I got to say on that.
Well, I get this way because I speak with people like you all the time. That's how I get like this. I communicate with people like you and people in the chat. What's going on? I mean, we at least have to ask ourselves what's going on with us. Those that don't, leave them alone. Don't be trying to beg and argue with people. Tell them to prove their point, and don't say nothing after that. When they can't prove their point, they full of shit. Hey, Kia, come on. These mistakes that we're making over and over again, and now other people from other lands are checking our mistakes and capitalizing them on them. And all we want to do is argue over stupid shit. So that's what I'm saying. We don't have time to play. I know many people, they go with the Super Bowl coming up. You got to get all the beer and chips ready for that shit. I hear you. But if you really look at what's going on in the world, if you really paying attention to what's happening to us. Lisa's going to share a story with you about, and this is how they're printing it out. These are stories that they throw out to you. You gotta think about what they're saying, because most of this shit is telling you just to keep you scared. If something wrong, oh no, we in trouble. No, the COVID's coming. Check out this story she talks about, and you ask yourself, is this real or is it Memorex? Lisa.
Hey, yeah. So, I mean, we gotta, we're talking about this war that we're in, and we don't even know we're at war. And people are calling us xenophobes and all kind of Zionists, whatever that we're supposed to be. Was it xenophobe? What are we supposed to be? Anyway, I have a problem with the fact that there's a whole lot of immigration that has occurred since the 80s, and it has done us in. We are nearly destroyed by it. And so now there was a recent story in October in Philadelphia, the SEPTA story. I know most of you are familiar with it, I assume. And, the whole issue of the woman being raped on the SEPTA system in public. People had cell phones, so called, and nobody called 911 or did a thing to stop a rape in their face. Now, this so-called rapist, a lot of people don't know, he's a Congolese, I think, or something. Um, you know, Fiston. This 35-year-old immigrant raped this female in public, and no one did a thing. Now, do we believe? Now, this is the thing. I don't believe that at all. What do I believe of it? None of it. I don't believe any of it because I feel better about at least my people than to think that we're gonna sit around and let that happen and not say nothing and not kick him in the nuts or throw a damn, something at his head, a book, a shoe, what the world? Like nobody does nothing but they're gonna hold up their phones. Is that where we're at? Were we those kind of people? I don't believe that. I don't believe we degenerated to that level. Nor do I believe that these immigrants are that bold because first of all, our sisters are strong and we do intimidate people because we're powerful. Okay. And I think that this is just a spell to say, you know what, you can they're coming to get you. These immigrants are good. They can rape you in public and no one cares about you indigenous woman. Nobody cares what happens to you. They're just gonna watch. That's what that was. That was to make you think I need to be scared. Like I need to be scared to go ride the train because I could be raped in public and don't nobody care about me. You're worthless. You see that's what that news thing was for. It wasn't because it was news. It was because it wanted to do something to your psyche.
Right.
They wanted to twist up the psyche of the indigenous people.
And
That's
this,
what they do. Go ahead.
and this is what they do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If they telling you hello, they doing it just to keep you off balance.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is to keep you confused. So somebody can come here. These people can move there. Another group from another part of the world move in 2 blocks down from you. And you're starting to be cut off. And we're going to
Well,
have to pay attention to us because our spirit, check this out. This is just to let you know how we're not thinking as a nation of people. Do you know it's more so-called more African American, Black, Negro, colored? Do you know it's more of us? Our population is bigger than Canada's.
are you there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do you see that? Do you see that? The population of the Negro, the indigenous people of America, is bigger than the population of Canada. And what are we doing? I mean, this is something we're all going to have to ponder. I mean, seriously, we're going to pass this on to our children? I don't think so. Now, there'll be many. There'll be many. I know a lot that thinking, hey, hey, if my daughter want to cut her breast off to be a boy, she can do that. I mean, you would think she would see something odd about that. She don't. These are college educated people. You have boys wanting to wrestle girls. I mean, seriously. You have men who want to do that MMF fighting with women. For real, dude. And we'll do it for the money. We'll do it. Won't we? This is what we do. That's what I'm saying. That's not where you want to be. Because people who are used for money, they're traded for trinkets. Pretty soon, that's all they can ever. That they can't be anything else. There'll be no use to you. Nothing. You're building. So when you hang out with people, make sure you with people who They're doing things, they're thinking, they're showing you ways to do things. There's all kind of things indigenous people could get into here and do it very well. Do it very well. But we choose not to. That's on us. Don't blame that's on us. Because the people who were birthed by this land here, you got work to do, homie. And also, if you're an immigrant from somewhere else, you got work to do there too. That's your mama's land, your grandmama's land. And you just gonna run away from it like a little hoe? For real? That's not how you do things. That's anybody. And one of the things I know, and that's how you knew who the indigenous people are. The so-called Black, African American, Negro, they don't go to other lands like other lands come here. Most of America's people stay home. But you're going to have to start acting like this is your house. Lisa?
That's right. I mean, I couldn't imagine. That's the other thing. It's like, as bad as things have been in this country, and they have been bad, we are constantly in a state of terrorism and war, and we don't even know it. We're in complete denial, and yet we are going through so much on a constant basis. It's unbelievable, and the losses are tremendous. So, but you, despite all of this, we don't leave, we don't disappear, we don't give up, we don't think badly of anybody. It's insane. If you don't know that we are a different people, you need to, because these people uproot and leave their families in the most appalling circumstances. They just drop them. They pack up and leave. We stay here and we endure and we make the best, and we keep on making the best. We have no desire to go anywhere else in this planet. And that's how you know who we are as opposed to who they are. And they come here and they take everything we've got, and we deny that they're taking a thing. Oh, they're not taking anything from me. What's that doing to me? We'll be the first ones to say that.
The first ones. That's wouldn't you say that's part of the training?
Is it training?
I mean, just to train like you're nothing. Anybody can do anything to you, and all you are asking is for a pat on the head. Seriously, that's what.
I wish we could figure out what that is that makes us act like that, because that needs to stop.
I mean,
that needs to stop.
But you see that, right? So I'm saying that's part of the training. Are we like, have we been trained into being that way? Like you would train a bear to ride a bicycle?
I think that's part of our problem as indigenous people, is that I don't even think it's a training. I wish I could blame it on somebody else, but I really think it's just our nature to just look for the good time and think about the positive. And forget that. That's in the past. Sure, your uncle raped you. Sure, just forget about it. Sure, it's okay. Go on over there. It's I don't know, but it's just I don't think we can blame that on anybody, but I do think it's something that it causes this repeat of our history, because that's why I think we got whatever is causing it. And I don't think it's external. Whatever is in us that allows us to just forget these things and move on and want to not even focus on what's happening to us and just erase. That's what we have. We have this whole thing, erase. We don't want to, don't focus on the negative. I don't know if that's being preached to us or that is just part of us. I can't tell what it is, but if it's just our indoctrination, then we need to get rid of that. We need whole camps to try to get that stuff out of us, and we need to get to work on the babies so they can't get that in them, because that is a horrible thing.
Right.
That is a horrible thing. The fact that you see these things and you just want, oh well,
right. It don't matter.
It don't matter. And so then you have these snippety. This guy on one of the apps, this snippety young man who talks about, I'm a Jewish conservative, and as a conservative, just like if I was a black conservative, I don't believe in reparations, and I don't believe that there is any kind of systemic racism. And I'm like, how the hell are you, first of all, as a person that has nothing to do with being an indigenous person here, how are you going to even speak to any kind of racism that we experience? Systemic racism. How are you going to declare that you know anything about that? The audacity. But then let daggone Whoopi make one daggone phrase about the damn Holocaust of your people, and she is gonna have her head decapitated.
So what happened with her?
I don't really like Whoopi. Whoopi ain't nobody for us. However, she made a statement that really the thing with Hitler and the Holocaust was white people treating white people badly and being inhumane to white people or something like that. It was that. And they got really offended that she said that they were white people against white people because they are not the same and their race is different. And that I don't know what is their race different? What is their race? Jewish is not a race, first of all. So what are they, black?
Yes.
What are they? What are they, black? Are they mulattoes? What are you saying that you are not white? I don't understand why you're getting offended that she said you were white.
Oh no.
So now they're all saying that they're very dark complected and they're not white and they have very distinct phenotypes. Man, a lot of y'all passed and as they couldn't tell y'all from no Germans.
Right.
That's why a lot of y'all didn't go to them concentration camps.
Right.
That's why your asses are sitting here in America looking at us now.
Right.
So don't act like you all were dark and daggone and just, there's no hiding what you look like, what you were.
How come nobody never brings that up when the conversation, a question like that? There something happened in Germany however many years ago, but they always bring it here like it happened to them here. You know what I'm saying?
Why do they do that? Why do they act like we did this, that this is Germany? Like we owe them.
Right.
Why does Whoopi owe you anything? Negroes were killed in that concentration camp. If you believe that there was a concentration camp to kill people, yes. Well, Negroes were in there too.
Right.
Various religions and Negroes were murdered there. So why does she owe you to bow down? Why shouldn't she get any kind of why isn't she given any kind of respect for the fact that Negroes were killed? Why does your trauma trump her trauma? If Negroes were killed and Jews were killed, why are Jews more important than the Negroes?
Crickets.
I don't understand. It is a fact that Negroes were killed in those concentration camps. Maybe not as many, but they were killed. Who's to say that they were not related to Whoopi? But who's to say Whoopi ain't Jewish? For the other matter.
Right.
Do you know her genealogy? I don't know her genealogy.
Right.
And if she is Jewish, does that give her a right to say white? the Jews are white. I don't understand the level of sensitivity. If you're so sensitive about it, you act like this is Germany and it was done here. I don't get that. And I'm telling you, they come down hard on us when we say something, whereas white people say stuff and they don't get the same level of backlash. But if we say something, they want to just murder us. Why is that? We go through fuck enough. Why are you going to act like we're wrong? We certainly are not German. We certainly are not Hitler. And we certainly didn't do anything to your asses. Right. So why are you so daggone insulted that a daggone woman who came from New York, who probably is indigenous to New York?
Who? Whoopi?
I don't know.
You know what?
She's a Jones. She's a Jones.
Yeah.
I think she's a Jones.
But see, but that's what I mean. Negroes be breaking themselves down in these groups, and it causes confusion. That's what I mean by that. Nah, she ain't Jewish. She just adopted that name because she got into their religion, to their lifestyle, and whatever. Like most of these people do.
She just wanted to come up. She wanted to come up because she knows they run the industry, so she wanted to have that come up. You know, just like that other young chick. You know, she converted to Judaism. Yeah. And, or, you know, because she was like, yeah, I want to be on the ends with the ends people. You know, that's all it is. And they want you to kiss their butts. And I don't understand why you act like we should kiss your butts. This ain't your fucking country. Right. You're an immigrant. And you're a slave, daggone traitor. And your daggone are behind the whole annihilation of half of our daggone, not half, all of our major Wall Streets and towns with that birth of a nation daggone hijinks you're behind.
But see, how come this
guilty is as charged Jewish people for that?
Okay, but I'll say so when we're this is why I really don't pay much attention to them, because you know I don't hear your voice on the other side of there when it's being put out to a lot of people. You know, it's always some old dumb shit. Like they'll bring Whoopi Goldberg up there. You know, so, but you know, what you said about Whoopi Goldberg was interesting because she played the game in a way where they wouldn't really look at her, because to me, Whoopi's cute. I mean, she was cute in The Color Purple. She was kind of fun.
Uh-huh.
Then she started going with them fake locks. She just got, And, you know, and she was with that cat Ted Danson putting on blackface and stuff.
That was so bizarre, man. I don't know what was that little act out. That was weird.
You had to do the ritual, boo. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, that was real.
We have to make an ass out of you.
Mm-hmm.
All of you monkeys like that. That's how they see you. And you still keep that whatever they give you coming in. You know how that entertainment stuff goes.
Yeah. Then we make them our gods. We worship those idiots.
Yeah. So and this is going on for a long time. So we have been, and that's what I'm saying. We playing. We can keep fucking around if we want to.
Oh,
but this ain't no joke. What these people got planned, you can see it. Could you share the story about what you were saying about the hair care industry in one of the cities or something?
Right. So my sister was just talking to my sister today, and we all know that, like, the Asians, whether they're Korean or Chinese or whatever they are, they are the owners. They own that industry as far as our beauty supply stores and throughout the nation, not just in one state or another, but throughout this nation, a major $1 trillion industry. This hair care products. All of our beautician stylists, all of our home stylists, all of our mamas and papas, we all go to them for everything we need for our hair care. And our hair care needs are extensive, okay? More so than anybody in the planet, right? And yet we give all that money to outside people who don't like us, don't love us. Don't sow back into our community. Don't live in our communities. Don't build anything in our communities. Don't contribute anything to us. Not even a daggone dime. Not even Girl Scout cookies, child. They don't do nothing but take.
I mean, but they doing the right thing though, because if you will let it happen, I mean, you looking at it, yeah, because you're in the group, but they looking at it like, let's get them.
Let me
And
tell you something. These people, y'all don't understand, because see, time, we live in snapshots as Indians. I don't know why as Indians we live in snapshots. We don't look in no continuums. We don't take no retrospective look backs. We don't daggone look at things as a daggone, as in patterns. We look at things in snapshots. Right now I'm in this picture, and that's all I care. Right now I'm in this picture, and that's all I care about right now. And then it's gonna be an old picture, and I'm not gonna look back at that no more. I don't know why that is, because we like a lot of photographs, but somehow we don't seem to look at the album. I don't understand. Are we not looking at the album? Are we not taking pictures of the things we should be taking pictures of? I don't understand, because the reality is this: when I was in school and when you was in school, and I was in school up north, so I had a very international bunch of people, not international, but I had a lot of immigrants. I had first generation, Italians. I had first Jews. I had first generation Polacks. I had first generation whatever. What else do we have? We had some Scottish, some Irish people that was second or first generation, maybe. And we that's what that's who I went to school with. I didn't have no daggone Koreans, no friggin' Southeast Indians, Asians, Southeast Asian. I had no Pakis in my classes. Okay, I didn't go to school with none of them folk. All them folk came after I got out of school, after the 80s, after the early 80s. That's when they came. So these people were not even in our lives. And yet, in a very short amount of time, now we got Southeast Asians as the major number of doctors, major number of people who own in hospitals and healthcare centers in this country, your country. How the hell did that happen, and why aren't you concerned? It's not because they're brilliant. They're fucking not. Exactly the opposite. You used to have over 200 hospitals. Over 200 Negro hospitals were in this country as of 1923. What happened? Did you know that? Do you know that there were 200 Negro hospitals in this country? Did you know? And our kids don't know that. We got Black History Month, and they keep learning the same dumb damn shit. Oh, Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and fucking damn Miss Jane Pittman. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? How about letting them know that there was freaking a million Negro farmers in this country at the turn of the century? What the hell happened to them? That we was owning all this land. That most of the places where these Asians are sitting is our land. Literally, it was Negro farmland not even 20 years ago. Or I'll say, now my kid, it got to be 30 years ago. 30 years ago, 35 years ago, it was Negro farmland. Half of these places where these daggone Southeast Asians are planted themselves, like they ain't never, like they always been here looking down at you like, what the fuck are you doing in my neighborhood? What are you doing crossing my daggone cul-de-sac? That was you. That was your land. And now they look at you like you're a daggone a tick on their upper lip.
ooh, And it's sad to say, but that's just how it is. We allow it. We cool with it. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm going to do me. These are the colloquials that we say, especially when we talking to each other. We always trying to act like we're somebody else. But check out when she was talking about how the hair care industry is changing. Do you know it's changing? And do you know you have no say-so in it? And you're the buyer of the product? Do you think you could go into China, Pakistan, any of these countries and sell beauty to their women? They would look at that as disrespectful because you ain't no ways beautiful as them. This is how they think of themselves. This is how you should think of yourself. You should think of yourself. When you find out, and you guys find this out yourself, check out the black dollars going into the health, the beauty market coming from America. I'm talking about worldwide, who produces and who buys, and see how much the African American dollar goes into their pot, and see what in the African American pot do they get from somebody else. Nobody trades with you. All they want is your dollar, because it's not really, you can make money if you got a decent brain and can think, on your own. You can come up with any idea. It's been done millions of times. But when we keep taking on other people's ideas, what they would do, you've heard stories all the time of fathers raising their kids, making 29 cents an hour, got 13, 14 kids, making moonshine, making whatever food or whatever for the community, and the community would go there and get what those people had. That's how we worked with each other. Everybody didn't do the same thing. We had different trees in my yard. You have different trees in your yard. What you got? Let's trade. That's how you used to do it. That's how you used to do it. So right now we're in a conundrum because we have all these immigrants over here and they knee deep. So, you got to come up with something. And to the people, the civil rights children, those people, the sons and daughters of the civil rights, your ass best to get busy. Because it looks like you're following into your footsteps. And the generations behind you, they're not going to be kind. They're not going to be kind. You can't pass down what's going on in the world today, this dumb shit, to your children. That's the mind. You're wiping your children out. And you've already started teaching them that it's okay to be, you can be whoever you want to be. You can be a cat. And we go for it. Whenever somebody come up with some stupid shit, we the first movie, I can do what I want to do. That's how we roll. So pay attention to what's going on. Keep ahead of what's going on. But Lisa has some more things to share with us. Lisa.
Yeah, so I was looking at in the chat and there was comment. I think it was, let me see, I think it was Kara said Tupac was part Jewish. We don't know exactly. Whoopi, we don't know who people are. We haven't dwelled into that level of like our people's background that we know exactly what everybody is. It's just ridiculous. And the other thing is, first of all, why do we owe you so much? Now let's be real about this whole Hitler thing. Let's be honest about what happened with the whole Hitler thing. That was planned just like the COVID was planned. Okay, they wanted to do some ethnic cleansing across the planet, and that was all planned. And all the different heads of states, all these different so-called governments were in cahoots on the whole ethnic cleansing. You take the poor white folks and the poor Negroes and the poor this and the poor, UK people or whatever, Brits and all them, and you send them out there to slaughter. Okay, that way you ain't gotta pay for them, deal with them. You ain't got any. You got less of these daggone lower middle class people to deal with, right? Poor and lower middle class gone. Thinning the population. That was a plan. Oh, daggone Hitler wanted to get rid of his. Hitler was like Trump. He was the guy. He was the Trump. He was the bad guy. Everybody wants to be, have somebody be the bad guy, because that's how we think. We think real lineal and dumb. Oh, good versus evil and shit. That's how we want to see it. And they're going, oh, the United States is the hero, Brits the hero, Hitler's the bad guy, and they're going, Italy and Spain are weird. But anyway, so basically that whole thing was planned, and the Jews know it was planned, but they don't even talk about it because they're so damn shisty against their own selves. They don't tell the truth, even though they know the whole thing was planned. Okay, the whole thing is planned. That's why they're holding everybody hostage. That's why they got blackmailing everybody, because they're like, oh yeah, we know you plan to kill us all and stinks us and give us and drive us and kill us and put us in these camps, and you America, you're guilty. You didn't even come to help until late. That was part of the plan. You did this on purpose. So that's why they got daggone the United States by the tits. They got them by the tits because they called them on their friggin' plan. They called them. They like, look, we're gonna daggone, they're blackmailing them. Basically, the Jews are blackmailing the planet, okay? Because they're like, I know the truth about that you guys plan these wars, you do terrible things to people, and we know the truth, and we're gonna blackmail your ass. That's what they're doing. Because that's what it feels like. That they're blackmailing the planet. And when it vibrates that way, that's what it is. They're blackmailing the planet because they are calling everybody on their real shit. But the Negro don't even pay attention to the real shit. And until we start paying attention to the real shit, we can't call them on their shit. The fact that they're intentionally murdering us every day, that they're bringing in these immigrants as weaponized. They're economically weaponizing immigrants to annihilate us.
Economically weaponizing. Damn. Give me an example of how that's being done.
It's the way they come in here and they're able to go into our HBCUs with all kinds of grants, funding, money, places to stay, work, study, jobs. They're able to thrive where our kids can't get a dime. You could have a smart kid and they can't stay in the HBCU because you ain't got the coins. But you can have somebody come from Africa and they're going to find the funding to keep them here so they can stay not just in the college, but on your continent. Literally, my daughter was a daggone Hampton. I couldn't afford to keep her ass there. How many Nigerians were still staying hanging tough with all kinds of freaking grant money? Grant money that came from me and my people. Grant money that couldn't go to my damn daughter. You don't understand what this does to you personally because you don't think about it personally. You think, well, if it's another person of color that wins, are we all winning? They ain't fucking sharing none of that shit with you. They won't even share their foo-foo with you. Why do you think we're all winning when this is your place and they're left their place in a damn shambles to come over here and take up and rake up all the stuff they can get from your home? Meanwhile, your kids got nothing but debt. And when they go to get a job, they're competing against that immigrant. and they don't get the job. Because why hire a daggone indigenous person when you can hire an immigrant and you can pay them less and they're thankful and they're gonna daggone be loyal. They're not gonna say shit. They're gonna agree with all the fucking shit you do. We are being murdered.
And it's just that simple. And I don't see how we do the things that we do. I don't see how we, sports. That sports thing is something else about that sports thing that got people in a tizzy too. Because it's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. Every year, every week, every month. The same shit over and over. It's like you kept in a loop,
We need to realize that they are changing the world we live in. And although you might be, 40, you might be whatever. Let me tell you something. These babies coming up, they're not going to have it. They're not going to have anything that they should have. Our daggone forefathers had everything laid out for us. 1,000,000 farmers. 1,000,000 farmers at the turn of the century in 1923. 1920s, we also had 200 Negro hospitals. When I go to work, I don't see nobody that looks like me. There are no indigenous people in nursing anymore. Everybody's foreign.
So you don't think these people
Where
are going
your
to...
girls going to school? Where your boys going to school and getting these degrees? They're not. They're being replaced. Everything. You got Filipino, you got freaking, all kinds of, every Asian you want to think of and every kind of African you can daggone describe are here. What are your kids doing? TikToking and dropping it like it's hot? What are they doing? What are we going to do for the babies? What are we going to hand down to them? We have lost everything. We have let it be taken away by these people who don't care. And guess what? They are violent now. Oh, they like, you ain't shit. They don't care now. Y'all know that there's a new app on Twitter called Space, where it's like a clubhouse where you can get in a room and talk to people all over the world. They had 30,000 people in a daggone on this app talking to each other at once, and they were talking about Africa and versus Americans, and they talked about how they thought we were stupid and how they think we're lazy and all. They talked all their real talk about how they freaking don't like us and they think we ain't shit. People were livid. It made Pan-Africans turn their heads. They think we ain't shit.
The Pan-Africans turned their heads. Why, that's their mothers and fathers.
Oh yeah, their mothers and fathers think they ain't shit, that they're lazy, worthless, dumb, good for nothings. We don't deserve anything, whining, belly aching, privileged Americans. That's what we are. They always interject that they're not us, but then they try to slide back and make statements like, oh, we all are the same. No, no, no. You know we're not the same.
Right.
You just got to sit with them in a room for a minute, and then they're going to revert to saying that we're not the same race. We're not the same race. They know it, but now they're going on to fake it. They're faking it even to the point where they're acting like they got genealogy. One sister was saying her genealogy, she's from the UK. I'm a Nigerian from the UK. I got people in Louisiana and South America and all over the place that my genealogy leads. She's lying. You may have a cousin in New Orleans, but bitch, your genealogy, your history, your ancestors don't come from New Orleans. You wouldn't be able to prove that shit anyway. But they're lying because they want to attach themselves to us to take what's ours, because we're too stupid to get even what's ours. So that's okay. Just wait a minute, because they gonna be you. And next thing you know, that daggone land patent that you too lazy to work on your freaking genealogy and get your family together for. Oh, the damn Africans are coming for that shit. Because now they're claiming that they your cousins.
And
Mm-hmm.
and they have the proof because that's all you've been teaching your kids for the past 60 years is that they Africans.
Right. And now they say, well, my genealogy led me to be Whoopi Jones, and I'm gonna claim that part, that Seneca damn shit, whatever. They're gonna get that. That's what they're doing. They're doing that already, y'all. They're already using DNA to claim that they're connected to you, and now therefore they're connected to your daggone rights here in America. It's already happening.
And this is why we saying we got to be on lock on our thinking. And they're going to use you because you've been teaching all this stuff. You've been teaching your children all this stuff. You've been getting Africa tattooed on you. Hey man.
That's right, man. You
Right.
know what, man? I felt it when I was in college back in the 80s, man. And this African, I think he was from whatever, I don't know, Kenya or somewhere. I don't know, maybe, no, Sudan, no, Kenya. Oh, now I know. Now I do remember. Okay, first of all, my first African I encountered was from Liberia, so that don't count. Then the second one was when my husband was my then, before he was my ex-husband, was we met in college. His roommate was from Sudan. That's where he was from. He was the basketball player. That motherfucker, I'm sorry, y'all, but he stunk like nobody's business. He stunk so damn bad. The coaches had to talk to him, the roommates, the suite mates. He had the whole damn I think it was a 3-bedroom, double bed suite with a living room in the middle. That whole damn thing was funky. He funked the whole thing up. He had a scent that I'm telling you, it'll make your ears daggone bleed and your eyes water. It was terrible. And you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is how they came in 1982, 83. So, now y'all letting them just swag around and do rap songs like they you. They didn't even know how to use deodorant, motherfucker. Come on. This is my lifetime. I ain't talking back in the 1940s. I'm talking about 1980s. And now they walking around looking at you like you ain't shit and you're allowing it.
Cool with it. And the thing is, you led them to this point.
Stop it. Just stop it. Enough's enough. Okay, you know what? I don't have a problem if you come in with, this is the thing. If you're Jewish and you want to be, respect your damn history or whatever happened, that's fine. But motherfucker, if you don't respect mine, fuck yours. If you don't respect that there's systemic racism going on and that we're being daggone mowed down, gunned down, annihilated by all means necessary, whether it's water, food, drink, baby formula, towers put in our neighborhoods with daggone 5G fucking daggone radiation, special daggone vaccines made specially to kill us, flu shots made to distribute the damn COVID into our damn old people and to our friggin' nursing home people, and then daggone to our daggone neighborhoods, polluting everything, selling us every kind of junk food you can find in our neighborhood stores that will kill us, give us high, and giving us medications that make one disease worse than the other disease. You mean to tell me? And then the police are the laws are set up to jail us. They put daggone police in our schools, and you got a Jewish people talking around. We don't have systemic racism, and we got police in our baby schools giving them records and shit and locking them up instead of giving them detention. Are you fucking kidding me? How can you say that? Because they don't give a damn about us. And if you don't give a damn about me, fuck you. Because I don't give a damn about you. And let me tell you something. I just need a few more people to wake up and realize that this is your fucking country, and then we can deal with your asses properly because you are out of line. You immigrants do not come here and disrespect the indigenous. You don't do it. It's over. That's a problem.
So when you're calling yourself Black, African American, when you let these people know here, no, you're the indigenous people here. Your people, my people was this. My people were the Creek Indians in Alabama. My people were the Accomax in Virginia. And you let them know. Stop letting people come over here and tell you who they are. And one of the ways they do it is with that beauty shit. Most brothers will tell you, all that makeup, it don't make sisters look good. It takes away her beauty. It's serious.
Just stay out of their makeup. I know. We're not gonna get into that. How you like to sway into that stuff?
Man,
You just love
you
going
see
to
that?
that.
You see that?
You just love distracting me.
No. You see that? You see that avatar that you have of that sister up there? She ain't got all that stuff on. She fine. She beauty.
Okay. But you know that's also a tradition. The adornment. We adorn ourselves in many different ways. That is also part of our culture. So I mean, it doesn't make it wrong or right.
Can we agree
wash it off?
So I think, and I think you would agree that that's fine if you're on the end, if you're right in the middle of it, making a decision how it's done and what you set the standards. Don't let nobody else set no standards on you. That's all.
It's out of control with the level of people and the level of makeup, and we got men making themselves up and all kinds. It's just a lot. This people are over. This is what this shit has to stop. And the best thing that we can do is turn off the media probably anyway, even though we're on the media now. I'm just saying because a lot of this is just like people are overly daggone suggestive. They're open to too much suggestion. And every suggestion that you get, you take it in your brain and you make it a part of you. You make it a part of you. All this fear, this whole thing with this daggone whole COVID thing, this was all fear. It was all manufactured fear. Oh, it's gonna kill the Negro. Oh, it's gonna kill the African American. The black people gonna get killed more. How do you even know that? No, they're spell casting. They trying to let you. They're making you feel. They're telling you to do that to die. They're telling you, indigenous people, to die.
And you're following directions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Get with the people that are called the black sheep in your family. Get with the nurses. Get with the guys who are in the military. People who have seen the underbelly of how America works, really. You'll learn a lot from those people. And everybody has them in their family. Has one or the other, most have both.
What are they fighting in the chat about? They're fighting in the chat about something. Something about who is fighting with Kara? Why are you fighting with Kara? Leave Kara alone.
Yeah.
Why are you fighting with Kara? Leave Kara alone. What is Kara doing? A large portion of it.
I mean, but this is what it's supposed to cause confusion. You getting your ass stomped, but you arguing.
Well, Kara, why y'all fighting about being multiracial and stuff? Y'all don't even need to be fighting about that. That is not even the point of this. Okay, and all this I don't even know, what are you talking about, Kara, anyway? What are you talking about multiracial? That's not even the point of this, Kara. And none of this is about being multiracial. What the point of this is to talk about the fact that you need to understand. And all this, that whole kumbaya multiracial shit, we all family shit, that shit is why you get killed. That's why you end up in the streets living in a tent, because you don't realize that that you have to stand on your daggone square. You have to know who the hell you are, and if you aren't anybody, you need to pick out who you are. Okay, Oh, I'm everything. Okay, whatever. I don't know what to tell you, but you need to figure out what part of you resonates more or who you are. Because let me tell you something, your blood and who you are determines what you should have and what you shouldn't have. And if you don't understand that, then you need to understand that. There's still enough of us on this planet, and it's still enough of us in this country that we have enough of a strong bloodline that we can still tie ourselves to what we rightfully own, our rightful inheritance. And that's what's important. Now, if you're too multiracial to tie yourself to anything, then this conversation might not be for you. That's okay. But for the people who know their actual identity and then can tie themselves rightfully to what is theirs and their rightful inheritance, those are the people I'm talking to. Because we got to make moves. And multiracial people can't make moves because you don't know what you are. So that's not your conversation. And something else, some other conversation might be your conversation. But this conversation is about the fact that we people who have our definitive identity, we need to work.
I mean,
We need to work.
and just imagine all the people that you're connected to all over this country.
I mean, it's okay. American gold mine about multiracial. I'm not saying she's not. Kara probably is multiracial. This is just not her conversation. If she feels like she's multiracial and Tupac, I don't know what Tupac is. I don't really care. But I can tell you for a fact what I am, and what I care about is what I am. And what I am is not multiracial. I got, we got a couple, one other thing in us, but I'm overwhelmingly Akamak. So the fact that I'm overwhelmingly Akamaki, that is what I am. That's what I fight for. And that gives me grounds to fight for what is mine and my inheritance and what is owed to my people. That gives me that kind of standing. If you're multiracial, you don't have it. And I understand you being oblivious about anybody else, but you can't also tell everybody else that they're not what they are because you don't know everybody's life. And a lot of people are very, very richly one thing or another. You just don't know that.
Because they'll tell you anything.
Right.
And all you got to do is ask them about their family, and they'll tell you, what was your family doing in the 1900s? Find out about them. Find out about yourself. Ask people who are friends in your family, who's been friends of your family for years before you came along.
The
Don't,
only people that are going to be able to help us are the people that know this, right? To talk to their families, right?
right.
I mean, the thing about it is this: you can't fight racism by saying, "Oh, racism is bad. Oh, look what they did. They shot somebody. Oh, they raped. They murdered this man in broad daylight with everybody watching with a knee." All this fake stuff that you watch and you believe it and you get all emotional for a moment, and then you forget about it like it never happened. That shit, right? That you want to forget about and oh, I'm so upset. Let's go march in the street and then forget about it. Yeah, okay, that shit. That fake shit that makes you all emotional and shit. Okay, that is just to manipulate you and make you feel like you're small and that you can be murdered by a knee on your neck and you're a huge monster of a man, but a little guy with a little knee placed on one side of your neck can kill you because you are that insignificant. That's what that is. So anyway, basically, the only people that can save us for this kind of racism are the people who can tell the truth about why the racism exists. If multiracial people can't tell the truth about why the racism exists, you know who can tell the truth about it? The real indigenous people, because we can say, look, the reason why they want to kill us, and yet they let every nappy haired, dark skinned person into this country from all over the planet come in here and win, is because we are landlords.
Right.
They care about us being gone because we still hold title. And that's why they want to kill our babies, kill us, give us poisons, toxic food. They want to put us in jail. They want to daggone control our minds, manipulate us, put daggone devices into our bodies. That's why, because we own the land. And multiracial people can't say they own the land because you're a little bit of everything. But people who know their genealogy and can prove that they own the land, that's who they want gone. And that's why the racism and the murder and the police are in our schools and all this other stuff. And they're not teaching our babies anything worth anything that's going to build them up, because they want us gone and dead. So they can, all the immigrants can take over this country and not have to check their backs because the Indians might be coming for them.
And
That's what it is.
And these people, and if you guys look, these people aren't bringing, these people are bringing their mothers and father and grandmothers and grandmothers' fathers with them. That's telling you something right there. They're going to be called, they'll play that Indian, they call themselves, though they're Indias or India, whatever. They going to play that into trying to get to you. Because you're gonna be kicked out by then. By then you'll be calling yourself something else. Pay attention to what's going on, y'all. I mean, it's right in your face. These people coming to get your shit.
They are coming to take what is yours, and they have already come. And like, if you don't really know, just think about it. Just think about it. There was 200, y'all, in Atlanta. There was at least 2 or 3 Negro hospitals when I just moved to Atlanta in the 90s. There was at least 2 or 3. Now they got 2 or 3 Southeast Asian hospitals. Why? How did that happen that quick, y'all? I just moved to Atlanta in what, 92, 90. When was the 90s? What was it, Olympics? Right before the Olympics, right? Child, I don't know. It was summertime in 94. I think it was 94. In 92 or 94. Anyway, so I moved to Atlanta in 94. Anyway, yeah, and the Freaknik time. So, I mean, so how in the world did it go from, I know that I worked at one of the Negro hospitals, probably 2 of them. How to go from having 2 or 3 Negro hospitals to 2 or 3 Southeast Asian hospitals in just the time from 92 to now? Y'all, do you not understand what is going on? Morehouse was Morehouse, okay? It was us, educating us. Now it's predominantly of the continent. And who invited them there? All them Pan-African dumbasses. They invited them to the damn college to be educators, and they invited all them children to come there and be educated. Now the medical school, child. The medical school, if you find one Negro, you lucky. All of them are African.
In the Atlanta area.
All of them. African, all from the continent. Not one from here on Turtle Island. You might find one. And them damn babies, they're not even smart. We used to be the smart ones. We used to be like, because we used to try twice as hard, 10 times as hard. Now, I can't even be proud of my damn educated people, because y'all be looking dumb as hell. It's horrible. I don't mean no harm. And if you got a damn child that's a doctor, I'm so sorry they're dumb, but they just are. And it's not your fault. It's just that's the way they set it up. They want these people to be dumb as shit so they can do whatever they want with them. They got some dumb people they're putting out there in the world. So anyway, educated fools is like beyond educated fools. It's like they're educated idiots. It's bad. Anyway, so your nursing is predominated by foreigners. Your medicals predominated by foreigners. Your tech industry predominated by foreigners. What the fuck are you doing, you indigenous people? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you looking? What are you waiting for? A damn relief check from the government? What kind of work are y'all doing out there if everybody's taking over everything? I don't see y'all. I'm out here and I'm dead going like Miss Jane Pittman of nursing, and I don't see nobody. Where are you? Where are your children? I don't see you in there in this. Your children are not making it. What's happening?
So can you give us some? I mean, that was a good example when you say they were coming over, taking the money, the grants and all this stuff. And the kids
But
from
we did it. I remember when I was in the 80s. I was at a Black Nurses Association meeting, and they were giving out scholarships to us students. And I'm the one who told these damn Negroes about this shit. I said, "Oh, there's a Black Nurses Association. They giving out scholarships." And then I invited a daggone guy from daggone Kenya and another daggone chick from some other place. And then who ends up getting the damn scholarships? Their asses. What the fuck? What the? See?
yeah,
That's what like that. That was the ushering in of that whole agenda.
right.
Us being more excited to give a guy from Kenya some money than a woman than a woman from this country.
Ain't that cold?
That was the ushering in of it all. And now he got kids and grandkids in this country, right?
That is going to try to claim indigenous people over here stuff, land,
Identity,
minerals.
everything.
And we think we're from a desert in the Middle East. Okay. I just can't. How we're not seeing it blows my mind. And that slave narrative, I think, is the topping of the cake on how to use it. Because if you think you come from that, you don't want to have nothing to do with that. So you won't even go look up, up your family. You won't even do genealogy.
Yeah. Why bother? You just do the DNA because you're lazy.
Right.
And let them tell you. Oh, I'm going to let them tell me what I am. Let them tell me because, they all know when they know all the stuff. They know everything, see, because they be up in the lab mixing up chemicals and shit. What's wrong with y'all? Are y'all from a Step and Fetch It movie? Y'all that good? Oh, they be up in the lab just mixing it up. They be knowing what my DNA they didn't know. They done found out I head right to Nigeria. That's why I'm hawking for what? DNA doesn't connect you to people, it connects you to damn dirt now, not people? How are you connected to a place, not a person? I don't understand why people are so freaking dumb and you don't know that it has to be a match to a person, which means you would have a litany of cousins and kin in Nigeria. Ooh, who you could connect to and say, "Hey, yo, I'm in town. Can I check in with you?" But no, it gives you a bunch of cousins and kin here, and they're going, Alabama, New Jersey, Florida, and they're going Mississippi. That's where you find your cousins. Because it's lying. Your cousins are Americans because that's who you are, and that's what your lineage is, and that's what your DNA is. Your samples don't match to daggone Nigeria when you don't got no Nigerian kin. That's not true.
There's
But
a
they're gonna start making up cousins for people, because they are so desperate to keeping you guys dumb about who you are and stuff, and keeping the planet, the we here. Wait, baby, the resources on in America are amazing. We got every daggone stone, mineral, resource, oil. They got oil on the eastern shore. They got oil on the eastern shore of Virginia. Check. That's Accomack land. They don't want you to know what this planet has, what this daggone turtle island got for you. They want you to go running off to Africa. They'll buy you a dashiki. Just go and get on that plane and go. Don't look back.
Before you start checking out the topography of here in America, you might want to check out the national parks. It's so many of them. I think every state has 1, 2, or 3 of them. Check out the national parks. You're going to learn a lot about how this place is, not just, in Arizona and Utah where that rock stuff is shaping, but check out all over this place. This land is majestic.
Yep.
And the way we act like we have nothing to do with it, that's the shame shit for me. Because you come from a place that got all this, but you acclaim something that don't even want you there. And we look dumb doing that.
Why? Because they're always telling you what to want. See, their main agenda is to tell you what you should value and what you should want. Now, they wanted you to want to be in a high-rise building or somewhere in a condominium or somewhere in a subdivision. They didn't want you to be out in the country, with all your damn wide space where your dogs can run and you got some goats and some pigs and that whatever you got, I don't know, horses and stuff. They didn't want you to have. Well, that's not what they wanted you to value, but that's what you naturally value. Because at the turn of the century, we had all that. Plus, we had nice towns that we had developed ourselves, and we had nice, stores and places and stuff to shop, and we had pretty clothes to wear, and nice beauticians and barber shop. We had all that on our own. But you know what? They didn't want us to have that, so they put these damn foreign people and these daggone boule people out to connive you and tell you should be unhappy. You should want to be where they are. You want to integrate with them. Why did we had no need to. We had our own. They destroyed what we had and we still would go back and build up. But they didn't want us building our shit up anymore. They want us to want what they want so then they could really control us. They want us to want what they had and to be in their system and to be around them so they could really mess with our heads. Because we were able to teach our kids to love themselves and that they could do masterful things. We were able to teach our children about how the great accomplishments that our people have made and all the things that we have done and all the things that we have going on. And so they were confident. We were a confident people, a proud people, a people that cared about how we respected our women and men and our children. And they decided to pollute all that, pollute our music, pollute our movies, pollute the way and it changed the way we treat each other and how we see each other. We take whatever they put in our faces and we become it, we believe it, we create it. When we need to be self-creators, that's what we are. That's what we always have been until these past 40 years.
So, Lisa, what do you think as a nation of people waking up to the reality of what's going on? What should be this next step that they take, or what should they do, or where should they go?
We have to start taking shit back. First of all, you got to speak this into existence. You can't. This is the thing. When people are doing these kind of things in your face and you ignore them, you empower it to continue. So you have to speak out about the fact that it's happening. I know that you're allowing all these people into this country to take these damn salons and then make a move. Let's make a move to get some shit back. Can we get together? Can we join together and go in and get a salon or get a daggone beauty supply or get a daggone school together or build a daggone healthcare center? Can we do this? Because I'm telling you, we can't trust. First of all, they are horrible doctors. I don't mean any harm, but most of these motherfucking foreign people, I'm not saying all of them. There are some decent ones, but the majority of them are fucked up. I wouldn't let them take care of my pet rat. Seriously. So, like, if we don't try to save ourselves and try to create, nobody has to tell us, just how we always reconstructed ourselves. We can create our own schools again, our own medical schools again, our own nursing schools, our own, whatever we need, we can make it. But we got to start letting them know and start speaking up. And you know what? Start speaking up in public. Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand why, when people act crazy, I don't let people act crazy. When I see disrespectful, Cubans or whoever the fuck is in my face being disrespectful, I'm like, look. I have been here. My people have sacrificed to be here. This is my daggone people. This is my daggone country. I do not like people coming here and acting like they can just shit all over me. Well, you don't have to say it in exactly those terms, but I think we need to be laying down little lines in the sand all the damn time. We need to let them know not to cross the lines. We need to let the daggone elitists know we know that they're doing this on purpose and we ain't happy about this shit.
Right.
We're not ignorant to the game that they're playing. This is an actual planned war tactic. They are bringing these people in on us to flush us out and to just be the last straw that's going to break our backs. And we have to speak up that we know this is happening. Because ignoring it, that ain't going to work. They cannot win when we speak in opposition to what they're doing. When we consent, they can continue killing us. But when we say, oh, hell no, we're not having this, it's our planet, man. It's our place. They don't have a right to do these things, first of all. But if you're too stupid to tell them, fucking stop it, then that's your fault.
Nobody else's fault but yours.
You have to speak it out. You have to speak it out. You have to text it out. You have to speak it out. You have to let these things be known. Somebody sent me a daggone message on Messenger about this video with this guy. His name is Tim Wise. He's supposed to be a racist, anti-racist activist, a white dude, right? And he's on the show talking about, yeah, racism is this and that. And I'm like, this motherfucker's a fucking liar. And he's talking about, yeah, just like the COVID, we predominantly look what Trump did to us as a demo. And he's like doing all this daggone, liberal good guy shit. And I'm like, you're fucking a fraud. I'm like, he's no racism activist. What the hell? If he is really a historian, an educator, and an activist, he would know that the first people that these colonialists, so-called colonialists, met were us, and that we had big noses, big lips, all colored complexions of brown skin, and coarse, gross hair. So why, if he was just to tell the truth and say, you know what? Hey, the American Indian, that's what these Negroes are. Yeah, they didn't come from Africa. They were already here. That would end racism. If people by and large understood that we are the indigenous people, that's gonna help the racial situation. I can tell you that.
Right.
Because it's all built on us being ignorant.
Right.
Once we know who we are fully, the racism shit ain't gonna work. Because we're the landlords.
Right.
You see? So this motherfucking white man's the worst racist that there is. Because he knows we're the landlords, but he ain't willing to tell the truth. Because all you have to do is say, hey, yeah, yo, y'all are the landlords. This is really your country. Yeah. So that's why everybody's trying to kill you. They hate you because this is yours. Simple. It's very simple. Racism ended. But this damn white man won't say the truth. And yet people are licking him in the mouth, acting like he's a white hero, and his ass is he's just part of the plot. He's the worst racist there is. Talking about Trump and all this bullshit. Oh yeah, and the good Republicans and and the COVID. You see how the COVID was killing the black peoples terribly, and now it's killing those poor white people. Oh, you see what happens when you don't listen to the experts. What kind of bullshit is that? First of all, it never did kill us in the beginning. They just wished it would. It never worked. It killed a bunch of daggone Dominicans. It killed a bunch of Haitians, and it killed a bunch of daggone other people that looked like us but weren't us. Secondly, it is killing a bunch of poor white people right now. That is the truth. However, it had nothing to do with the fact that, anything to do with politics. And that's the other thing they try to do. Oh, we're the good guys and they're the bad guys. And they try to make you think one party's better than the other when they're both fucking evil and they're both friends. And you can't trust either one of them. Only an idiot. You can't trust if he's an educated person. You can't trust that he's an educated expert if he actually talks about politics like it's real. Because anybody with any intellect knows that politics ain't real. It's just used to divide stupid people. It's used to divide and to conquer stupid people. So if you believe in politics, you're just dumb. You're just dumb.
Now, is that dumb with a lowercase b or an uppercase b?
Oh, all caps. Dumb. Come on. Oh, they're good. Oh, they're good. And what are the daggone liberals got you daggone? Your kids wearing dresses and your penis and attaching penises to their pussies and doing all kinds of dumb shit. They got daggone people acting fucking having sex with animals is legal in most of this damn country and in Canada. That's what's happening in the planet. Okay. That's what the liberal world, the elitists are doing to the planet.
Yeah.
And you're sitting up there acting like, oh, it's all good. It's all good. Why are you so angry? Why, what's wrong? The only bad person is Trump. And thank God he's out of office. And now all we have to deal with is the dead going with the elite trying to murder us with COVID. That's all,
Oh man, I'm seeing the people and family, friends that I know, as this stuff is going on, they're starting to change their tune a bit. Why do you think that is?
Well, I know that. Why do you think that is? Because they know. I think that the more they see this thing wear on, and as much as they try to suppress the information that people are knocking down their mandates and putting warnings on these vaccines and all this other stuff, and people are marching in the streets in daggone Canada because they are sick of the bullshit.
Right.
They're starting to realize, and they also see people get sick who's taking the vax over and over again. Okay. They're starting to see, well, damn, maybe that shit wasn't that great. Maybe the vax wasn't, maybe they were kind of right. I don't know. Because they're definitely not as hateful towards us people that were trying to warn their asses. They're
Right.
definitely taking down their guard against us, because they were all guarded up against me. Oh, she's just a
Yeah.
crazy person. Oh, she talking about the vax, and she talking about Trump, and she talking about all this shit. They were all like, whoa, 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 like I was a demon or something, like I was some kind of damn called antichrist talking about Trump and this and that, and talking about the vax and how it's they thought that I was so wrong. But I feel like now that they see, and I don't know what else they're suffering through, because that vax causes a lot of problems, and I'm sure that people are having little symptoms, whether it's infections, whether it's a lot of colds, whether it's a lot of yeast infections, whatever they're having because of this vaccine. I'm sure people are suffering on minor levels, in ways they did not have a problem, in that they did not have these problems before they took the vax. And I'm
Right.
sure in the back of their minds are like, shit, I didn't have this problem. Why am I having this problem? And the doctor ain't got no answer for them. And in the back of their minds are like, shit, maybe it's that damn vaccine I took. That's the only thing that's different, you know.
Right. Dang. And this is a lingering problem, or this is something they'll carry for the rest of their lives, or what?
Most of the stuff they're gonna carry. I mean, they're gonna have to make an effort to try to combat some of the damage that that vaccine can get. And the only thing I would recommend is people to do some zinc and magnesium, and not too much high on the zinc, but definitely high dose magnesium, and zinc might help with some of the problems from whatever metals you took in your body. And maybe, I don't know if I believe in foot baths. I have, given foot baths in the past, but they do say that that removes metals. So I would do whatever I can do to try to help and alleviate that problem. Foot baths, Epsom salt baths, that might be helpful as well. It does have high levels of magnesium in Epsom salt. I would recommend that as well. But they need to do some things to combat this situation, because we don't know, that there's a lot of terrible things in those vaccines, and we don't know how you're going to be affected by them. We're all different. Some people are highly sensitive. I have a friend that's so sensitive to everything, every scent, every smell. She's so allergic. But and so you don't know how these things are going to affect you, so you need to go ahead and cleanse yourself, and you know um try to just do a week, veggie fast or something. Just do vegetable soups or whatever. You can think you can handle stuff like that. Just try to give yourself the opportunity to detox. I always love milk thistle. That's a great liver cleanser. High doses of that for a week definitely will help cleanse your liver and protect your kidneys. You want to use some dandelion root for your kidneys. That's very important. Anyway, so but yeah, we got to take better care of ourselves. It was so funny. I had recommended to somebody. I had asked family member had asked about their loved one in the hospital, and I said, you need to do, ask for high dose C, ask for IV high dose C, infusion, ask for zinc, ask for high dose D3. She asked the doctor about it. The doctor says, well, yeah, that might help in preventing it, but there's no point in her taking it now.
What?
The doctor said that might have been helpful in preventing her from getting the COVID, but there's no sense in her taking it now.
And this is probably one of the $1 billion hospitals, huh?
Oh, yeah. And the family member was looking at me like, I don't understand it. Why, if it's good for you to prevent it, why would it not be any good now? Like, why did it stop being good for you? Because
Right.
you're sick as hell in the daggone hospital. And I said, these people don't have any logic. They don't have sense. They
Right.
don't even have they don't talk about common sense. They have no sense. They don't make any sense. And their whole and to think that a doctor would refuse to give somebody a vitamin, like, why would you even be like object to that? But
Right.
you'll find that by and large, they will refuse to give people vitamins. And I bet you dollar to donuts, they taking them themselves. I bet you dollar to donuts, they are taking all of that themselves.
So they're not. So no vitamins are given to the patients. No. No.
Well, they gave her a little multivitamin syrup, something that has mostly sugar in it, and a little dollop of vitamins. But they wouldn't give the patient the vitamin D. They wouldn't give them the C, and they wouldn't give them the zinc. But then I've talked to people that have family in Kentucky, and they said in the emergency room, they actually give out the IV vitamin C and zinc and D right in the emergency room to people that have COVID, which I say, big ups to Kentucky for doing the right thing to the indigenous folks out there, because even a lot of them white folks out there in Kentucky, they mix with us, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Lisa, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down now.
Okie doke.
So are we hooking up Sunday too?
Sunday we're gonna get it too. We're gonna get it.
Okay, cool. Well, I want to thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Taking us into Saturday morning.
We had a very interesting chat. We had different folks. I don't know. I guess we caught people by surprise, huh?
Right. I mean, it's cool.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, people are listening. So I just want to say to the audience, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And we're going to see you on the backside real soon. Hope everybody have a good night. Peace.
Good night.